Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, aka the True Prince of Pro, and today I'm here to review episode 22 of AAA TV on Fox in Mexico. Opening things up this week, we have a 2-on-1 handicap match as Galeno takes on the pair of Galeo and Golden Jacket. Galeno drops the pair with a double clothesline, and then they get up and they try to hit Galeno with a couple strikes, but end up getting dropped with a double shoulder tackle. Galeno throws Galeo over the top rope and to the floor onto Golden Jacket. Galeno powerbombs Golden Jacket onto the apron and then slams Galeo into the ring post. In the ring, Galeno hits Galeo with an exploder suplex into the corner onto Golden Jacket and then follows that up with a running cannonball onto the pair. Galeno pulls Golden Jacket into the middle of the ring and hits him with a frog splash, and then throws Galeo on top of Golden Jacket, pinning the pair to pick up the win. Backstage, we see Omos and Dorian Roldan reacting to Galeno's very impressive squash match, and that's when Omos demands that Dorian get him 3 opponents for tonight's episode. Up next, we have trios action as the team of Los Vipers of Abismo Negro Jr., Hiedra, and Taurus takes on the team of El Fiscal, Octagon Jr., and La Parka. Octagon Jr. uses his speed early on in the match to avoid Taurus and then hits him with a hurricanrana off the top rope. Octagon Jr. and El Fiscal hit Taurus with a double back elbow, and then El Fiscal picks up Octagon Jr. and press slams him down onto Taurus. Octagon Jr. hits Taurus with a corkscrew crossbody off the top rope. Taurus catches La Parka with a shoulder tackle, but La Parka immediately pops back up and catches him with an enziguri. La Parka drops Taurus with a lightning-fast tilt-a-whirl arm drag, and then he picks up Taurus but gets blindsided by Abismo Negro Jr. Abismo Negro Jr. then launches La Parka up into the air, and as he's coming down, Hiedra and Taurus hit him with a kick in the gut. Abismo Negro Jr. and Taurus pick up La Parka for a suplex, and as they're holding him up there, Hiedra comes off the top rope with a crossbody and gets a near fall out of it. La Parka drops Taurus with a flapjack and then makes the tag to El Fiscal, who brings the fight to Los Vipers. El Fiscal hits Hiedra and Taurus with a crossbody off the top rope and then forces Abismo Negro Jr. to tag into the match. The two exchange chops back and forth until El Fiscal hits Abismo Negro Jr. with a hurricanrana that sends him to the floor, follows that up with a dive to the outside, and then the two brawl all the way out of the arena. Octagon Jr. gets knocked off the top rope by Hiedra, but Octagon Jr. is able to throw Taurus into the corner, which hits Hiedra, knocking him down onto the corner post. La Parka then follows up with a moonsault to the outside onto Taurus, and then our Octagon Jr. hits Hiedra with the moonsault and battery to pick up the win for his team, and then Octagon Jr. and La Parka celebrate in the ring by dancing with the kids that are dressed like Octagon Jr. and La Parka. After that, we have our impromptu 3-on-1 handicap match as Omos takes on the team of Chris Carter, Daemo, and Kingu. Now Omos squashes the 3 in the corner immediately out of the gate with a splash. Then he throws each member of the team across the ring. Omos then hits individual splashes on all 3 of them in each corner, and then levels Chris Carter with a chop. Daemo tries to start punching Omos, but it has no effect as Omos picks up him and Chris Carter and slams them on the ropes. Omos then picks them up again and hits them with a double choke slam, and then grabs Kingu and powerbombs him in the ring, stacks all 3 members up, and sits down on top of them to pick up the win. After that, we learn that next week we'll see the return of El Grande Americano after the Mask vs. Mask match. We'll see the return of the AAA Mega Champion Dominic Mysterio, and we'll also see the AAA General Manager Rey Mysterio make another huge announcement. It's main event time as we have a match for the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships, as Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice defend their titles against Joaquin Wilde and La Hiedra. Starting things off, La Hiedra locks Lola Vice in the stretch muffler, but Lola Vice counters out of it into an armbar. Joaquin Wilde tags into the match and then dances for Lola Vice, but ends up getting hit by Mr. Iguana, hitting him with La Yesca. Mr. Iguana catches Joaquin Wilde with an Iguana Rana, but Joaquin Wilde then hits him with the hostile makeover. Joaquin Wilde spikes Mr. Iguana with a DDT, and then follows that up with a Hurricane Rana off the top rope for a near fall. Joaquin Wilde then stomps on the fingers of Mr. Iguana and delivers some big punches to him in the corner. When Mr. Iguana goes to run off the ropes, La Hiedra kicks him in the back. As Joaquin Wilde's making fun of Mr. Iguana, he goes to run off the ropes, and then Lola Vice kicks him in the back. Mr. Iguana capitalizes on that by hitting Joaquin Wilde with the Shining Lizard, and then makes the tag to Lola Vice. Lola Vice hits her rapid-fire kicks on both La Hiedra and Joaquin Wilde. Then Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana follow that up with dueling running hip attacks into the corner. Lola Vice drops La Hiedra with a back suplex for a near fall. La Hiedra gets up and then catches Lola Vice with a spine buster for a near fall. Lola Vice and La Hiedra take each other out by a double hair whip, and then make the tag to their partners. Mr. Iguana hits Joaquin Wilde with a crossbody for a near fall. Joaquin Wilde hits a super kick, but ends up missing the moonsault off the top rope, and that's when Mr. Iguana capitalizes with his spin-out bulldog to pick up the win for his team and retain their AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships. After the match, we get an all-out brawl between Lola Vice and La Hiedra, and that's when the rest of Las Texicas run down to the ring to beat down Lola Vice. That's when Bailey and La Catalina run down to make the save and even the odds, and La Catalina almost hits Flammer with her running hip attack into the ropes, but Flammer narrowly escapes and we get a stare down between these two factions. This is the last of the pre-Noche de los Grandes tapings, but there was still some very fun story beats that were carried on throughout this episode. I really love how AAA is presenting these squash matches to really make the eventual Galeno vs. Omos match feel like such a huge deal. They're still pushing forward the Abismo Negro Jr. and El Fiscal feud, which I'm really enjoying. And I love how the ending was, where it really established that La Catalina is still coming for Flammer's AAA Reina de Reinas championship. Thank you for watching this review, and I look forward to talking more Lucha Libre with y'all in the next video.